It's Tracey and Noelle. They're gonna make you LOL on 90 Day Fiancé Trash Talk.
Hello and welcome to 90 Day Fiancé Trash Talk, episode 97. We're here to talk about The Other Way, season 2, episode 436.
Basically.
I am your host, comedian Tracey Carnazzo, joined by my co-host Noelle Herzog.
Hi, Tracy mommy.
Hi, Noelle mommy. Okay, so it's over, right?
Yeah, I think after this, it's over. We meet new people next week.
Okay, because I can't do this anymore.
I don't want to know these people anymore.
I know. I feel like, can we just put out a sound clip that's like, hey, guys, you saw the episode. You know what happened. See you next week.
Bye. Yeah,
Follow us on
seriously.
Instagram and Twitter at 90 Day Podcast.
And join BetterHelp.
Join BetterHelp. You need help.
Yes.
I got to tell you, I need BetterHelp after this.
Yeah, I'm done with this.
That's what I'm going to do. Like when I have my next session, I'm going to be like, hey, listen, I've watched 22 episodes of the same season of The Other Way.
I thought that I was strange for like repeating the same series over and over again, but this is insanity too. This is the
Nothing's
same thing.
happening.
Yeah, this is crazy.
I mean, listen, we go in detail because we are professionals. But I could literally do this whole episode. It's like, what do you think happened?
Right. Oh, gee, let me guess. Jenny and Sumit didn't get married. I'm shocked.
Oh, my God.
You know?
Oh,
Yeah.
his parents said no?
No way.
Oh, my God. Everyone sweat a lot? Stop it.
So gross.
All right, let's jump into it because this is exhausting. But before we jump into it, please join Patreon at patreon.com/trash talk podcast. Because if you love Noelle and I hope you do, because otherwise, why are you listening? Are you hate listening?
I don't think so. Do you think people really do that?
I don't care, honestly.
Yeah, just
if
listen.
you're listening because you hate us, if you're listening because you love us, just listen. It's fine.
Yeah, just
and
listen.
Tell one friend about us because right now we have 75 million people that actively listen every single week.
And that love
And
us.
Yeah. So if you could just tell one person, right?
Mm-hmm.
Our numbers will double. We'll have 150 million listeners.
Look at that. Do you know how much of the population that is?
That's I think 4% of Earth.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of Earth.
Didn't it sound like I really did math just now?
Like we pretend. All the
I was-
pretending going on here.
I was convinced so hard just now that was real.
The thing is, guys, I wish you could see her face because she looks at me like
I was
deadpan
convincing.
stare. Like she's
Yeah.
convinced. Uh-huh.
73% of statistics are made up on the spot.
Right. Just like the word gullible isn't in the dictionary.
Right. There
I
you go.
fell
Oh my
for
God.
that one. I fell
my
hard
God.
for that one.
Those were pretty bad dad jokes that we just had. We're going to get canceled.
I don't think so. You have to tell you, I love a good dad joke.
Well, I mean, I think it's just you.
Mhm.
So, The Other Way,
Yeah.
season 2, episode 22. Let's jump in. Sumi and Jenny. We start off where Jenny says this is her opening quote. This is not the end of the world. And the thing is,
Yeah.
she's sitting in a pandemic
Right.
in the year
Uh-huh.
2020.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to scare anyone, but I'm pretty sure it's the end of the world.
Yeah. I mean, she's sitting in a place where they purposely zoom in on monkeys destroying cars outside, you know?
Right, like, I think this might be the end of the world. I'm not saying like them possibly getting married is the end of the world, but
Sure.
I think that this time that we're living in right now
Yeah.
might be the end of the world. So maybe, Jenny, watch what you say.
The end of times are coming, kids.
Just saying. So her mom says that she's so shameful, right?
Mm-hmm. Shame.
And Jenny's like, but you used to love me.
Right. But also that was before I knew you were banging my kid in the attic. You know?
That sounds so violent.
No, it's true.
She's like, in 2003, they were against us getting marriage, but you let me live there for 4 months. And it's like, no.
Mm-mm.
In 2013. In 2013, they thought you were like an exchange student.
Uh-huh.
You were
Right.
like an international exchange grandma.
Yeah, right. And then they sent like their grandma to live with your family.
Oh my God, could you imagine?
Grandma swap.
They did a grandma swap.
Uh-huh.
And she said that she's like, you let me live there for 4 months. And they're like, yeah, before we found out that you were having our son for breakfast.
Right. Right. Like
That
you
was
were
good,
our
right?
guest. Uh-huh.
And Jenny's trying to say that she's lying, that she used to like her. And it's like, no, I used to like you. Yes, true.
Yes. Uh-huh.
But like, that's out the window.
Right. Like I liked you before you did something bad to me.
Like his mom liked her as an older friend for her.
Right. Like a lady friend, like someone to have tea with. Right.
Like how when I was younger, like I used to have friends like that I worked with that were like 20 years older than me.
Uh-huh.
Like
Yes.
that's how Samit's mother liked Jenny.
Oh, you're right. Because I remember one of your older friends and she was like a lady. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I always had old friends.
You did. That's just
I was
who
like
you
20
are.
and my friends were like 60.
That explains why we're friends with Gab.
It's true. It is so
Yeah.
true. It's just the opposite. So Jenny's yelling now. And now she brings up her daughter. And I got to tell you, this is not Jenny's finest moment.
No, that you're bad thing to do, Jenny. Don't remind me that I don't like you.
Right. Well, okay. That's what happened there. Because
Yep.
I was like, oh, she's like, my daughter married someone that I don't approve of. And she's in a relationship that I don't approve of. But, I accepted her eventually. And it's like, oh, that's right. You were like kind of homophobic to your daughter.
Uh-huh. Like you didn't accept your daughter's marriage.
You know, like your daughter and her wife who like take care of you and make sure you're okay and fly
Yeah.
to India on like, with no notice to check on you. Like those.
Yeah.
Your daughter and her wonderful wife.
Yep. Them that you
Oh,
don't
okay.
approve of.
Okay, cool. So it's like, she basically was like, listen, I'm hateful, so I get why you're hateful. But like,
But I
accepted
accepted it even though I didn't want to. So you need to
Right.
accept it.
well, she's like, you don't have to, like, this isn't payback.
Right.
She's like, you're
this
marrying my
isn't
son because you
karma.
hate your daughter.
I know. And I was like, oh, wow. Like, here's the thing, though. By looking at them, like, this isn't going to change. So, like, you're just fighting against the tide here.
Okay,
Like,
but
I just-
also,
Yeah.
Jenny's daughter
Mm-hmm.
accepted Jenny being with Sumit.
Right.
And she wasn't going to accept Jenny's daughter being with her wife.
Yes. Yep.
Okay,
Mhm.
cool. Just checking. I was just
Yep.
checking. All right. So this is what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Sumit's mother says that she'll commit suicide. And then the father translates and looks at her and says, she will commit suicide.
And it's like, oh, okay. So now you can translate now. So you should start translating.
All of a sudden,
Mm-hmm.
he's fluent. Now, Jenny says, well, that's really sad.
Right.
Sumit is almost laughing. There's something going on where he's like holding back, like he's going to break character right now.
Well, because I think that, and it's like, it's almost like, wait a minute. Are him and his parents in this together? Right.
She's like, I'll commit suicide. He's like, you'll commit suicide?
Yeah.
No, I will not marry her. You're right. I'm wrong. And it's like, and he said, I won't do it.
Right.
He's like, okay, fine. I won't marry her, but I also won't leave her.
Right.
And they're like, no, she has to go back. I got to tell you, why did this scene make me giggle so bad?
I feel like, okay, I didn't giggle, but I was more like, Jenny, what are you doing? Like, have some respect for yourself
but
and
like,
leave.
I loved how his parents didn't know, like they weren't on a united front
No.
and they didn't think this out too much.
Uh-huh.
And they were confused. So he's like, all right, I'm not going to leave her. I won't marry her, but I'm still going to like be with her and we're going to live together. Right.
Right.
And they're like, no. She also has to go back. And he's like, no, that was a 50-50 compromise. I'm not going to marry her, but I'm still going to live with her.
Right.
And now here's the funniest part. When he's explaining it in Hindi, he says 50-50. Is there not a translation
Right.
to
You would think
50-50?
you would well, I don't know. I would just say like the numbers in Indian. I don't know.
But that's what I'm saying. There was no,
Yeah.
he just kept saying 50-50.
Yeah.
And his dad's like, okay, that's good. And his mom's like, no, you jerk. She's like kicking him under the table. She's like, we don't want 50-50. You're a bad,
Yeah.
but he was a bad negotiator.
She doesn't want anything. That's the thing. She just doesn't want anything to do with Jenny.
And the mom's like, no.
Yep.
So then they said, 90% of his thoughts are American, which just proves to you that they did the math.
So they can't. So maybe there really isn't any percentage or 50-50s in Farsi. Is that what they speak? Yeah.
Isn't it Hindi? Did I make that up?
Is it? It could be either one.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
if you want to correct us, feel free to do that in the
Guys,
group
do
on,
it.
on Facebook. 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk. Come on in. Tell us what we said wrong. We're open to it.
Listen, I'm open to it. Just be nice about it.
School us. School us. So they leave. And Jenny
Right.
says, thanks for coming. Great talk.
That was very passive aggressive. Obvi.
Okay, but that was LOL.
Yeah, that's you though. That's what you do. You'd be like, "Thank you, bye."
I love you guys. Did you want?
I love
did you want
you.
more rice pudding? Did you want more diabetes pudding?
Bye, mom.
She's like, did you like my recipe? It was just like yours when you taught me when we were best friends.
When we were trying to kill Sumit together with sugar.
Remember when I used to be your exchange grandma?
Your grandma's still at my house.
I wonder. Okay,
Yeah,
Noelle, you just made a really good point.
tell me.
Are they mad because they can't get their grandma back?
Maybe they think if they send Jenny back, then their grandma will come back.
They're like, no, Sumit, grandma needs to come back. It's a
You know what?
pandemic.
I bet grandma agrees with Jenny's daughter's wedding and partner.
Yeah, I bet grandma's like living it up right now with Jenny and her daughter. With what is it? It's Christina and Jenny, right?
And Jenny, yep.
Yeah, she's probably like having so much fun. She's in
Making-
Palms. Okay,
Right.
she's in Palm Springs.
Eating rice pudding. Yeah.
I can't like that is such an ideal. Would you rather be in India or in Palm Springs?
Okay, but that's my whole point of this show. Why is she there? I want to be in Palm Springs as opposed to anywhere.
Listen, Sumi's grandma's like, whatever. Stop asking questions.
Right, she's living it up.
This is fantastic. She's like, I live with these two nice women. I don't have to deal with any men. This is
Right.
great. She's
Yeah,
like, I have
I
all
wouldn't blame
Jenny's
her.
old furniture.
Right, I have all Jenny's clothes that she left behind.
This is amazing. I have her apartment.
Yeah, she's probably living it up, Grandma.
Oh my God. Yeah. So maybe we've cracked the code. Maybe they just want grandma back. Maybe they should compromise 50-50 by letting grandma FaceTime with them.
Maybe.
Or maybe grandma could come back like when Jenny has to go back to renew her visa.
Uh-huh.
She can go for 3 weeks and then grandma could go to India for 3 weeks and then they could.
And then they do a switcheroo.
Yeah, you do the switcheroo again.
I wonder if Sumi would even know the difference between grandmas.
I don't feel well.
Tracy's
not
gonna
feeling-
faint. Listen,
Grandma?
Grandma, is that you? Oh, we're in the attic.
No, I
don't
meant
know.
other grandma? Other grandma?
Uh-huh.
No, my wife grandma. You're not my wife grandma. Ugh, get out of this attic. All right, well. So Jenny, now they sit down and he's like, what did you understand from that? Apparently Jenny understood every single thing they said.
Okay, but how? That's the thing.
Okay,
How?
I think she picked up on body language
Okay, well that makes sense.
because they were very dramatic, but like I was almost like, oh,
Mhm.
does Jenny understand the language?
Yeah, I think she understands more than she lets on.
Sure, but we find out that his mom threatened suicide before. Like this is her favorite.
Right, this is her thing because it's like if you know what triggers someone, you're gonna keep doing it to get your way. It's so
Right.
messed up.
Right. So he said that now he can't marry her. And he said, my mom said I'm not allowed, basically.
Right, which is your excuse for everything.
Which is my excuse. My mom
Uh-huh.
said I can't come. Like,
Yeah.
go ahead. Try to invite me to something late at night.
Okay, Tracy, do you want to come to a party at my house?
What time is it?
Not COVID party.
Okay.
It starts at like 9:30 p.m.
Oh, my God. I actually can't because my mom won't let me.
You see how well that works?
Yeah, that's it. And
Yeah.
then, what are you going to say? He's like, yeah. He's like, my mom said I'm not allowed. So her visa expires in 3 weeks. And
Right.
he's like, don't worry. We'll figure something out. Now, I got to tell you, I think he's like, listen, you just marry one of my friends. Wink, wink.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Okay.
And she said that if she has to go back, she's not coming back for a fourth time. And that is not true.
Yeah, she's full of shit. Okay, I'm sure you're not going to come back. I've heard that before.
Right? So he should just be like, I'm going to kill myself.
Right. But the thing is, why doesn't he go to America? Why are they doing this?
Who knows?
Yeah.
So he said, he's like, let's just hope for the best. What do you mean? What does that mean?
It means that maybe he's starting to be like, you know what, Jenny? Like, this isn't worth it. Just leave.
Right?
You
You're
know?
annoying.
Yeah.
You're real annoying.
You have a
this
corn
rice pudding
kernel.
isn't even great. And this is what I have to live with. Like, my mom makes it so good. And now I have to live with you cooking on a hot plate in the dungeon.
And my mother kept me alive, and I still ate her rice pudding.
Right.
Yep.
I'm just saying. Just throwing it out there. All right. So they go, a week later, they go on a picnic after the
Right.
visit for the parents. And she applied for an extended visa, and they cannot have a ring ceremony. Remember, he kept promising. He's been promising this for years, this ring ceremony.
Yeah, he sucks.
Well, he's like, okay. LOL. Instead, I'm going to pour you some wine. And she's like, I hate wine. And he's like, well, that's what I got you. And I know that you hate it. And here it is.
Because this is what's romantic in, like, Bollywood movies.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So then they toast to their struggles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes.
He's like, here's to never getting married and you leaving in a huff.
Okay. Cheers.
He's like, here's to grandma coming back. Here's to non-wife grandma coming back.
Here's to real rice pudding coming back.
And now it starts pouring raining.
Yeah, and I guess he thinks it's even more romantic.
Oh my God,
So
he loves
weird.
it. And then he gives her a promise ring.
Okay, Jenny has. Now, I don't know why I notice on these shows, like teeth a lot, because I don't notice it in life, just on these shows. Her tooth is a corn kernel. She has a snaggle tooth that looks like a piece of corn. Got stuck
I'm familiar.
there.
I'm familiar with that exact.
I know you are because you probably have Ultra HD as well, and it really pops on screen.
It really does. It's beautiful. It's like a really nice. I don't know. I might paint my dining room that color.
It's like a canary yellow.
It is. It's very cheerful. I really like it. Well, Sumit misses his real grandma, and that is no joke because, you know what? That's a lot of family problems. He should try BetterHelp Online Counseling because BetterHelp Online Counseling has licensed professional counselors who specialize in depression, stress, anxiety, relationships, family conflicts, grief. These are all things that he's feeling right now. And this is available worldwide. He could video chat, he could text, or he could just do a phone call with his licensed professional counselor. It is affordable as well, and it's convenient. And in fact, so many people have been using BetterHelp that they're recruiting additional counselors in all 50 states. As a listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting betterhelp.com/fiancé. Join over 1 million people taking charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/fiancé.
All right.
So I hope Sumit decides to join it. Speaking of mental illness, let's talk about Brittany and Yazan.
Oh, man. Okay.
All right. So now here's the thing. The
Yeah.
B-roll footage.
Yeah.
People were cooking. There was pita. There was some meat. There were
Yep.
dips. I was like, I'm into
Because
this.
I bet there was like a whipped feta involved.
Oh, my God. Like
Yeah.
a spicy whipped feta.
Yes.
Mhm.
I die. Uh-huh.
So now they have to go out and they're having a triple date with their throuple, Adam.
I love him. He's the best.
He's great. So Adam has actually been on social media and he said that he absolutely loves 90 Day Fiancé memes.
Yeah, I was looking at, I actually saw it on Twitter today, and he was saying, like, people are like, why did you out yourself? Like, you don't even have to, like, show the world who you are. And he's like, I'm here for the memes.
He's so funny. So now their boyfriend Adam comes and Yazan's like, listen, Brittany, don't worry about the murder that's going to happen
Right.
on me.
I don't want you to think about that.
She's like, no, I'm super worried. She's like, this is the best out I've ever had. I'm going to say that I love him so much that I'm going to go back to America so he doesn't get murdered.
Yeah, it is perfect.
So Adam says, yes, he's in danger. His
Okay.
family's watching them on social media. Okay, you should make it private, block them, stop posting for like, I don't know, just like until they don't murder him.
Right. Like, stop posing. You know what bothers them. And now I feel like she just does it to piss them off because she knows they're looking. Yep.
She's like, oh, no, I posted another picture of my butt. Are you going to get murdered? Should I go home? Should I never talk to you again?
Should I post another one?
So his family thinks that she does porn and that they already got married.
I mean, right, because they also think that they're having sex, too.
Right. Well, his father, it's not just about what his family says.
Right.
His father's going to have to face the tribe.
Yeah, okay, so when they said this, that scared me. That sounded very scary.
Yeah, they're going to murder him. So
Yeah.
they might kill him. That's option A. Or they're going to disown him.
Okay, but also now I know we're not at this part yet, but don't you think if he left for America, they would disown him too?
Right, but it's like, why not just leave then? If they're going to disown you, like best case scenario, they disown you. Worst case, you get murdered.
You might as well just leave. Right.
Right. Just saying. But I don't know how easy it is to get a K-1 visa for someone from Jordan.
I don't think that, I was thinking the same thing, and I think she knows that.
Okay, but I feel like she's trying to get him to move to like Dubai.
Well, yeah, but if they move to Dubai, can't she not go back? No. If they move to Dubai, he'll never get a K-1 in America.
Maybe, but like, do you think she cares, or do you think she just wants like this lavish lifestyle?
I think she wants the lavish lifestyle.
Right. So Yazan wants her to marry him if she loves him. He's like, listen, don't worry about the murder. Just if you love me, just marry me. And she's like, do I love you? She's like, look at my jeans that I picked out to come and hang out with you. She's like, look at these baggy, ill-fitting jeans.
She doesn't dress well at all.
What is wrong with her?
So in the beginning, they made her cute, right?
Yeah.
Like as cute as she could be, what they could work with. She has disintegrated.
Okay, also, what happened to her rap career?
Oh, yeah, that's right. They never brought that up again.
Yeah.
Funny. I totally forgot about that.
Also, another thing that I noticed, 22 episodes and this girl still has braces.
Yeah, she's had braces for a long time. She had braces for as long as you.
She's had braces since I'm 12.
Yeah, she's had them for a long time.
Well, she doesn't think that either one of them should be in Jordan. And she said that she wants to live in the U.S. And he's like, well, that is not my dream to live in the U.S.
Right.
But also, doesn't his sister live there and that's how they met?
Yes.
Okay. It might be his dream.
I feel like I didn't think that it was his end game, but I don't think that he was like opposed to it either.
He's secretly excited, and she's like, he's like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. Then I guess we'll do that.
That's true. He didn't even have to think about it, right?
And she's like, oh, well, I have to do research. It's really expensive.
My mom won't let me.
Yeah, she's like, I have to go back home to Google it because I can't Google everything here because my phone doesn't get a great signal in the middle of Jordan. She's like, BRB, I'm just going to go back to Chicago, Florida.
Right. And then he's worried that if she goes back without him, she'll change her mind.
Right. But she's like, BRB, I have to Google this. I have to go to the U.S. and find out the visa process. Wink, wink.
Right. Meaning I have to go home and never come back here.
Right. So now they go to see Adam and his brother. So Adam is like a permanent fixture with them. They are officially a throuple. Okay. So now here's the next fashion choice.
Okay. Tell me.
It's an oversized pink shoulder padded blazer.
She loves shoulder pads. I
don't know what's happening. So now they tell the brother about the K-1 visa, and he tells his brother that he wants to go. And what is wrong with his brother? His brother's like, at first I was scared. But now
First
you
I was
cried,
afraid.
You cried.
I was petrified.
You cried on the cliff.
Yes.
And that proved your love. And now you say you want to bring him to the U.S. So now I totally believe you.
That's the thing. Once she cried, she won him over.
Yep. And she said, if something happened to him, my life would stop.
Okay. Do you think that that's true?
No, I think it's like a wink, wink.
Right. That's like saying like, it's like one of those corny sayings like, my life you are my heart and soul. It's like, no, you're not.
Sure.
No, you're not.
So now the next day they go on lockdown and Brittany's like, oh no, they're going to close the borders. I think that she started the coronavirus.
Oh, you think it came from her braces?
She probably created it so she can go home.
So she could go home. Yeah.
She's like, no, it's a pandemic and you have to stay here forever. And like she said it so much that she's convinced everyone.
You know what, though? If I was her, too, I would have skedaddled right the fuck out of there.
Yeah, she left in a hurry. And she said, now in the cab on the way to the airport, the tune changes.
Oh, their tune was different in the airport, too.
And she's like, about getting married. Shouldn't we just like see if we even like each other? She said that they both need time. And then she says something else that is 100% not true.
Tell me.
She's like, when I moved to Jordan, you didn't. When did you move to Jordan?
She didn't. She went on vacation a couple of times.
Twice. She went on vacation. Stop.
Yep.
Stop. Then
you
know
don't
what?
live there.
I moved a lot of places. You remember when I moved to Mexico?
Yeah. Do you know how many places I've lived? You and I lived in California together.
We lived all over this earth, if that's what. Oh, my God. And now she says in the airport, she doesn't even know if they're right for each other.
Right. But yet in the airport, I've never seen them do this ever. They're on the escalator and they're like cuddling up to each other.
Like hugging. Yeah.
I
know.
I
I
was
was like, that's the first time they've ever
Eskimo
hugged.
kisses. I've never seen them do that. It was very weird.
All right. Well, speaking of weird, let's talk about Kenny and Armando.
Okay.
So they get an email from the Human Rights Association, and they've been on lockdown. So that's why, the courts took so long.
Right.
Now, Armando does something adorable. He draws a germ on Hannah's hand and says, this is the coronavirus. You have to wash your hands until it comes off.
I'm going to do this to my future children. This is what it is.
I'm going to do it to you.
I mean, yeah, but it would be gone in 5 minutes. That's all I do is wash my hands.
So now they Zoom with Kenny's family, and he said that he's so glad that they're quarantined together. And it turns out, I know you're going to be shocked.
Okay.
But the HRA says that they're approved to get married.
No way.
And Kenny's like, we fought so hard for this. Okay, let me tell you a story.
I'm ready.
You went to the marriage office. The girl was like, listen, I'm going to say no because that's what we have to do. This is kind of like the process.
Right.
She's like, and then I'm going to actually help you with the paperwork because I know someone in the other office. And then they're going to say yes, and that's it.
Right.
What did they do to fight?
He made it like they were like social justice warriors, basically.
Like they were getting stoned.
Right.
Truffles is over it. They're like,
Okay.
let's go tell Hannah. And Truffles turns his back to them. And it's like,
I love him. I need him.
I know. Truffles is so cute. So Hannah's so happy. And then she says, Kenny will be my real dad? I'm going to have dos papas?
I love her. Here's the thing with Hannah. She's the cutest little girl
Love her.
ever. Like, I want to have a child just like
too.
her. But I feel like she doesn't understand a lot of what she says in some ways. Like, a lot of it's fed to her.
I don't think it's fed to her. I think that they read so many books to her about having two dads
Yeah.
that she just...
No, not fed like they're telling her to say this. Kind of like she doesn't really know so much what she's saying. She's just saying what she's been told.
Yeah, she's saying what the girl says in the book.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this isn't like coming from her heart. She's not like, ever since I was little, I've always wanted Kenny to be my dad.
As far as back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
Well, she also said that. So now they get a babysitter, question mark?
That's what I wanted to know when they were at the beach. Where is she? Is she in the car?
They were
still?
like, finally, we got a sitter. And it's like,
right.
what?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So there's a stranger.
Uh-huh.
Also, so now they moved to the city, which is like 4 hours from his hometown.
Right.
Obviously, Kenny just wants to go to the bank over and over and over again.
That's all he wants to do.
Where is Armando working?
He's not.
So what are we doing here?
So Armando's not working. He's not gonna be working. He's gonna be like the house husband, and Kenny is gonna be the one working.
What, just walking back and forth to the bank?
I guess. I don't know what he does. I really don't. But that's why he wants his citizenship.
So weird. All right. Well, surprise. It's a picnic. They have to climb the side of a cliff. TLC loves a good cliff.
These people love cliffs. I'm watching them climb it. And I'm like, I would just be like, let's eat in the car.
Do we have to go
Just
down
eat in
there?
the car. Yeah.
All right. Well, they get to the beach and they have like a rainbow picnic basket, right?
So
And
cute.
Armando says that he's more comfortable being out now. And that's very nice. I think he's getting used to it a little bit.
Yeah.
Also, Am I off? Or did he say, I'm not sure if my family will come to the wedding?
Yes, that's what he
Okay.
said.
Guess what? I'm going to answer that for you. They will because they told me. They told
On
me
the
when I was
show.
watching. They said, yes, we'll all be there.
Yep. They will probably make the most delicious food. You could probably have it on the family compound.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stop. You have a venue. Stop it.
That's what I mean. They love
so
you.
Now they ride horses on the beach, and Armando's like, this reminds me of a gay movie, aka Brokeback Mountain. That was so funny. And Kenny's like, stop. And it's like, Kenny,
Yeah.
that's your favorite
Come on.
movie.
Kenny, you love it. This is why you're here. This movie did it for you.
All right, well, let's talk about Ari and Binyam. So they're going to the Timcat Festival, which is the festival of the baptism of Jesus, and it's a very, very, very big holiday.
I'm terrified of what's happening here.
I hate it. I hate so many people. It looks hot. And then Ari calls this is a quote, cool, quirky traditions.
Yeah, like she doesn't get it. She just she goes along, but I feel like she doesn't make any effort to learn what any of this is.
No. So he said that during this festival, when the boys like the girls, they throw lemons at them.
It's very weird, but I'll take it.
And she's like, are you going to throw a lemon at me? And he goes, I'm going to throw a water lemon.
And she's like, a water lemon? You mean a watermelon? Very cute.
I guess he likes her. So he said he's going to be proposing. Now, what is the temperature?
I think like 105 degrees.
Okay. The baby has on a hunting cap. Literally like what's it called? Like a Sherpa hunting cap.
Yes.
A shearling hunting cap.
That's what she does though. She's very weird with this kid.
And he's draped in blankets.
Uh-huh.
No wonder he's chugging breast milk.
Right. This is why he's trying to get water thrown at the kid. The kid's overheating.
He's like, he needs to be revived.
Yeah, he's mummified. Yeah, it's bad.
Well, now she's okay. I figured it out. Remember when I always say, like, I don't know what it is about her voice. I don't know what it is about the way she speaks.
Yeah.
It's the fake accent she speaks with.
Okay, so I wrote down that she only speaks to him in an accent.
Yes, and that's because I'm always like, why does it bother me the way she speaks?
I feel like it bothers me because she talks out of the side of her mouth. But yeah,
With
she
an
only,
accent.
She only talks to him in an accent. She talks to him the way I talk to my landlord. My landlords both don't speak very good English, and I talk to them in an accent. I realize it all the time.
Noelle.
And it's like, no, but like not in a bad way. It's like, I almost feel like they'll understand me better. And it's like, this is what, but I'm not marrying them either. You know?
You never know.
Yeah, it's true. You don't ever know.
So now it's very loud. There's lots of people. The baby's 1 month old. They're hosing the people with water. And it just reminded me of our summer together this last summer.
The hose games?
So Noelle and I, we don't have a lot.
No.
We don't have a lot. But Noelle has an outside space now. And
Yes.
we would sit in her driveway and we would squirt each other with the hose.
And I felt like I was living my best life.
It's a poor man's pool.
It was. And you know what? It was so hot out. It did the job. And we got tan too. But I didn't turn you enough.
Okay, so we would sit and like my right side would get very tan.
Yeah.
And then I wouldn't turn, and I would tell Noelle, like, you have to turn me. You can't just like cook the chicken on one side.
Right.
And I would get home and my right arm would be like brown.
Like only her wings would get brown.
Never the legs. You have to turn me. Rotisserie, Noelle. There's
It's
a
so
reason for a rotisserie.
And it's funny because the next time we would video chat, like a quarter of your face would still be white.
Well, we've learned now for next year.
Yeah.
So they're playing. Okay, so now here's the other thing. It's a hose, right? And they're like, oh,
Yeah.
it's a hose of holy water.
Okay. I guess maybe they bless the hose.
Maybe they bless the hose.
Right? Yeah.
And then Binyam says,
I love him.
this is a quote, her evil spirit is afraid of being cast out. That's why she doesn't want to get wet.
Okay, but that's hilarious.
But
Like,
also in the same sentence, he loves her and wants to be with her forever.
he doesn't. He doesn't at all. I think that she really irks the shit out of him, actually.
Oh my God. So now she's like, give me the baby. Give me the baby. And she's crying. And then he says, Ari, she's an annoying person. She's selfish and only cares for herself. That's a quote. And he doesn't know if he's going to propose. And then she says to him, and he's like, are you mad at me? What's the problem? And she's like, you did wrong today. You were a bad boy. You did pee-pee on the carpet, and you did bad boy.
But why does she treat him like that? It's disgusting.
Well, she said the event was not good for the baby. She has a point.
Okay, but she does have a point. But the way she talks to him, I don't go for it at all.
No, I don't either. But he wants to stay. He's like, well, I'm staying, whether or not.
Yeah.
And so they go to his brother's house, which is nearby, for her to breastfeed the baby. She has to pick up her entire maxi dress to breastfeed this kid.
Yes.
This might not have been the best outfit choice.
No, I would have cut a flap.
Me too. I would have cut so that it's like a deep V.
Yes.
And maybe worn a tank top underneath it and then popped it out.
Exactly. Same.
Okay. Just saying. He said that he's going to celebrate without her. Okay. She picks the baby up after she's breastfeeding him. This kid is in a full long sleeve fleece footy pajama.
Like he must be so overheated. That poor kid.
He's soaking wet, and it's not holy water, my friend.
No, it's not.
So she gives the baby to his sister. She's like, here, hold this kid. And she goes over to Binyam and she hugs him and tells him she loves him.
Because she realized she was being a bitch.
Okay, but now he proposes to her.
Right.
Now, here's the thing.
Yeah.
It's in a lime.
Okay, Tracey. When he took it out, I'm thinking there's something wrong here. Isn't this supposed to be a lemon?
Okay, I'm going to tell you something about that in a second. So he proposes to her in a lime. She says yes. And then 10 minutes later, his friends come over with a sign that says, will you marry me? He's like, well, that was great timing. Great timing. Now, I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah.
So our good friend Gabrielle, she was ordering her groceries, right, during the height of the pandemic. And she ordered lemons. And the shopper that was Hispanic chose limes instead.
Okay.
And gave her limes. And she was like, no, I wanted lemons. And the person was like, yes, these are lemons. Also,
interesting.
She told me that her Puerto Rican friend also calls limes lemons.
Really? That's so interesting.
Okay. So what I need you guys to do, you guys that are listening, if you know of this or ever heard of this, or maybe, your culture calls limes lemons, can you help us here? Tell me if this is a thing or if, they're just confused.
I love limes.
I love limes and lemons.
Yeah. I prefer limes over lemons.
You have a lemon tree.
I do. I'm looking at it right now. Harry, he's right next to me.
Oh, Harry. He's fruiting.
There are so many flowers on him right now. It's wild.
Is he outside right now?
No, right now I have him inside because last night was very cold.
Yeah, he had to put a sweater on.
Yeah, it was too cold for him.
Ariella would have dressed him a lot warmer.
She would have put a fleece on him.
She would have. She would have put a hunting cap on him.
An Elmer Fudd hat.
Oh, my God. Speaking of people who should never be together, let's talk about Deavon and Jehoon. Deavon
Always.
And
Junie.
All right, so it's their wedding day. Okay. She's getting ready for her wedding.
Right.
They're having a factory-style wedding. It's 45 minutes. I got to tell you.
This is your type of wedding?
I'll go to your 45-minute wedding.
So would I, though.
Is there food?
I don't think there's food. I don't think there's dancing. I don't think there's a party. Right, but then again, what did they do for 45 minutes? There has to be something.
I mean, the ceremony's a few minutes.
That's what I mean. The ceremony's only 10 minutes? What? I don't know.
I mean, what do you have, a bowl of soup?
Pho. Yum.
Is Deavon going to put on her filter for her wedding?
Tracey, she looks all the way the worst right here.
All right, well, Alicia, on the other hand, brought her own hairdresser from from 1985 from the Motley Crue tour.
I saw her on a Skinamax in the middle of the night.
It was yes, exactly. She actually had, and this is true, this isn't even me exaggerating. She had the same hairdresser that Tommy Lee had.
Yes.
on their second world tour, Motley Crue. So, yeah. And then her dad got his makeup and eyebrows done.
Yeah, very cute.
His boyfriend thought he looked amazing.
What did he say? You look like Brad Pitt?
Yeah, that was funny. So Junie cleaned up very nice.
Oh, he looks so cute. He was so handsome with his hair like that.
So cute. Little, as our friend Royer says, howdy doody.
Yeah, it was very cute.
Now she's putting on her dress.
Mm-hmm.
And Dracula asked Alicia, what is she doing? And Alicia said she's making herself look beautiful.
Right.
And Dracula said she's photoshopping herself?
Right. Why does she have blonde extensions in her
Not
hair?
sure.
All right, good. I'm glad.
Okay,
Thank
she has
you.
black hair, so I don't know. But it looks stringy
Yes.
and stupid.
Yeah, she looked very bad.
She looked miserable, which is very on brand for her. But I loved her dress.
Okay, I'm going to post a picture of my wedding dress because I actually found a good one. And I want to look for one for her. And I want to put them next to each other because they're the same dress. I'm telling you.
Oh, God, I love it. I really
Except
love it.
I wish mine had sleeves like that.
I
That makes
know.
it even better.
Next time.
Yeah, next time.
Because, I mean, it's not like this is going to be your only marriage.
End all, be all. Right.
Yeah. Marriage isn't forever. Jehoon looks like he's running for city council.
Yeah, he's very, I don't know. I just think he looks so cute. He's very excited too. Like this is his first time.
I know. It's like they've been married 3 times now.
No, not to them though.
All right. So she's walking down the runway with her dad.
Mm-hmm.
And she's holding the front of her dress as she walks down.
Right.
She's like very, I don't know, very awkward.
Yeah, she's very awkward, very stiff.
She thinks she's making the right decision, though, to marry him. You're married. You're married. You're married. You're married. You're married.
But you think you're making the right decision.
Okay,
right.
well, and they don't kiss. And then they have an American-style dance on the runway.
Right.
Where she dances with her dad, and then Jehoon swings Drusilla by her ponytail.
It was cute. It was cute. He just swung her around. His parents weren't impressed by it, though. They're like, this is boring.
This is stupid. Well, I mean, they're like, we have 45 minutes, and 10 of it is us watching them.
Right. This is what we have to
on the
do.
runway.
I want some soup.
When is the fa coming? All right. So she got a beautiful, happy ending.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. She seems really happy.
And then, dun, 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 Corona hits. And they're the second country to get hit. And, you know, it's hard. Jehoon says it's hard because, you know, Dracula wants to run into the street, but she can't.
Right. She's not even allowed outside.
And now it's 4 months later.
Right.
And she said that Junie plays video games all day in the bedroom. Their house
Is disgusting.
It's so disgusting. Did you like the shade that those producers threw at her, though? Like, they were, like, filming the filth in her house.
They did. They showed the vanity all jacked up, all the stuff all over the floor.
Like,
yep.
dirt, though. It wasn't just messy. It was dirty,
Oh,
filthy,
no. She had, like,
disgusting.
broken makeup on there. Like,
Yeah.
it was bad.
Okay, so now Jehoon has his old dog back.
Yeah.
Where's the other dog?
I think they got rid of it.
All right, well, she also got her new teeth now after the wedding.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Yeah, and she's sitting on the floor, right? And she's packing. And apparently it's like just minutes before she goes to the airport.
Right.
And, you know, he's like, oh, I'm so sad that you're leaving. And she's like, listen, I have to go because my eyebrows already took the flight earlier.
Yep.
And I have
so
to
did
go
my
meet them
hair. Yeah, my forehead. Everything did.
All the hair on the front of my head is already on the plane going back.
Yeah, it
And
was
I need to
very
be-
bad.
And he drives them in his cube car.
Mm-hmm.
And Jehoon said that he's afraid that she won't come back.
So, you know, I noticed on the credits, there is someone, I think he's a producer. His name is Frank Baloney. And I thought you would love that. I wrote it down because I want you to see it. Frank Baloney.
Okay. First of all, I hope his middle name is Phony. Second of all, there's a comic in Long Island with the last name Baloney. And I was on a show with him once and I couldn't stop.
I love it. I
I
love
couldn't
it.
stop. I was
Yeah,
like, but I don't understand.
Yeah.
I was like,
how
do you
is that
say it
real?
like Bologna? He's like, no,
Mhm.
bologna.
Imagine though in school,
Oh
it
my
would have gotten
God.
dead. Yeah.
Wait, so the guy's name was Frank Bologna?
Frank Bologna on
Like
the
hot
credits.
dog bologna.
I will go back and take a picture of it on the
Hot
credits.
dog Frank Bologna. Like
Yes.
Frankfurter bologna.
Yes.
What parents do you have?
Oscar Mayer Bologna.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
It's like, what happened to your parents that they were like, listen, unfortunately, our last name is Bologna. What should we name the baby?
Frank.
They were like, wiener,
Mhm.
whole cut, sandwich,
Mhm.
Frankfurter. And they're like, yes, Frankfurter, but we'll call him Frank.
Right. We'll call him Frank. So Frank Bologna. I
Oh
love
my
it.
God.
I love it. I LOL.
Well, now we
last
found
night.
your new baby name.
Right, or my new husband's name. Who knows? I will
Frank?
not take that
Is
last
this Frank
name.
from TLC? Is this Frank from the production company that shoots 90 Day Fiance? It's
What are you
Noelle.
wearing,
Are you
Frank?
single? He's like just cold cuts and a bun. What are you wearing? Mustard and onions? What are you wearing?
Yum.
Oh my God, Noelle. All right. Well, apparently, Noelle, you were telling me that there's gonna be a tell-all. It's not there yet.
Yeah. And next week is a new season.
Okay. Well, guess what? And we have some oldies and some newsies on the new season. So it's a good mix.
I don't think I watched the trailer. I need to watch it because I don't know who's coming back.
I know that Mike and Natalie are coming back, the alien couple.
Mike and Natalie. I'm sure I know who they are. I don't know. Oh,
Natalie-
really?
Yeah. Natalie's the one with the crazy eyes.
Oh, okay. Like Seattle. He's from Seattle.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
With his uncle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can't remember his name, but yes. No, it's Toothless Tony.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it should be pretty fun.
This
We're
is
gonna
going
see
to be
what's
interesting. I'm very excited.
Yeah. I'm
excited to not talk about Britney anymore.
okay. That's what I'm excited. I never want to see Jehoon again though, and I guess we won't.
Oh, yeah. We won't. I don't want to see Deavon again. So, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, I'm good. All right, so let's move on. Next week we'll see you with a brand new lease on life. Really,
You know what? I am psyched. I'm ready.
I'm pretty psyched too, guys. Make sure you're following the podcast at 90 Day Podcast. You can follow me at Trixie Tuzini on Instagram and Twitter. And guess what we have, Noelle? We have holographic stickers for sale, $4. We have brand new magnets for sale. We have two different kinds of magnets. We have our old logo. And then we have a brand new logo. They're both $5. I'm going to post them in the group pictures so that everyone knows what they look like.
Okay.
And also, you have stickers with your face, $4. I have stickers with my face, $4. So, guys,
Yeah.
if you want any of those things, you can message me. You can look in the group. I am at Trixie Tuzini on Instagram and Twitter. You can go to TraceyCarnazzo.com. And you can find Noelle at Noe_bear810 on Instagram and NoeGirl on Twitter.
All right.
All right? Okay,
All
make
right.
sure you're going to Patreon, though. Patreon.com/Trash Talk Podcast for over 200 episodes of Noelle and I.
That's a lot, guys.
That's a lot. And guess what happens in a few weeks?
What happens?
TLC's Unexpected comes back. And
Oh,
we do an
man.
Unexpected Trash Talk, but it's only on Patreon.
Guys, you have to join Patreon.
We already have seasons 2 and 3 up there, and now we're gonna have season 4. So just saying, you
I'm
get so
excited.
much with this.
Mhm.
All right, I
All right.
gotta go. You gotta go.
All right. Yeah, I think
Okay.
I got to go. All right.
All right. Bye.
Bye.